Magic Makers. I'm Mombierella.
I'm Nikita Cosplay.
And I'm CJ Peterson. Welcome to Magic Making Mischief. It looks like my heading through the little system there, I decided to expelliarmus a lot of the ghosts, and apparently it worked because everything worked. Even the links worked when I posted them the first time. I am so proud of myself. So this has been managed, and the Ghostbusters are out of here. So get your wands to the ready because yes, he was one. We solemnly swear we're up to no good.
Thundercats.
Yeah.
She's here and she says, hello all. Hello, Bree. We've got a lot going on today. We have the ZombieCON movie. But before we start, I have to share my shirt that I got today from one of my girls from the conference that I was at up in December or in July in Pennsylvania. She sent me a shirt that says "Sharp things are my love language," which they absolutely are. And appropriately, it arrived today because we're doing the ZombieCon movie, and I had to wear it. So thank you, Kayla. And so I had to do a shout out for her. Geek Cred says, "Hey y'all, hey,
Hey.
Hey.
So welcome. We have Kyle and what?
And Kyle and Erin. Yes, thank y'all so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So Adam's here. Hi.
Hey, Adam.
So how did you run across them, Mombi? Speaking of Mombi.
Actually, funny story. So I told y'all how we were going to go to Epic Universe to celebrate Mio's big birthday. And while we were on the road, literally driving there, I get an email. And it was from Kyle. And it was all about the movie and how they were coming out with this awesome idea of the cosplayers versus zombies. And I just loved this idea so much. And he said, I'd love to give you access to the movie to be able to watch it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am literally on like the most busy trip ever because we're driving one day, getting to Epic Universe, going all day at the park, and then driving back basically the next day. I was like, oh, it's going to be like 3 or 4 days before I recover from that. But I was so excited. I loved the idea so much. So we got talking, and then when we got back, I got a chance to really watch it. And oh my gosh, you guys, y'all! Now it is out. It is actually available, but it's actually going to be a DVD release coming up soon. So hold on, we can get back to details on that. But y'all got to tell us, how in the world did you come up with the idea for this? Because I love it, and it's so perfect for all of us.
Before we do that, the basic premise here seems to be 4 cosplaying best friends trigger a zombie apocalypse. I love that idea, so I am dying to know as well how in the world they came up with that. I took that off of there. I had to share that.
Funny enough, the generation of the idea happened not too far away from Epic Universe at my brother's Orlando home. He's a huge movie prop collector and has like stuff from every franchise you can imagine. And we had just finished a bunch of short films and a couple web series, and we wanted to do something to get some more attention. So we're like, oh, let's try our hand at a feature film. We couldn't come up with an idea like off the bat because everything seemed a little bit redundant. And as I'm walking through his house, I saw a Captain America shield on the wall. And I don't know why my brain worked like this. It's probably because I'm a little weird, but I was like, man, I would love to kill a zombie with that shield. That would be cool. And that was like the lightning bolt moment. And from there, it just kind of kept getting added to. We're like, this could be a cool movie. I don't think I've ever seen a movie with cosplayers. No. And EVA foam armor would work really well as a zombie defense. So, and the rest is history. After, 1 month of production, 1.5 months of pre-production, and then 10 years of post-production. So.
Oh wow! Now I noticed that there were a couple other ZombieCons, but this is ZombieCon Volume 1. So why is the name popping up multiple times? Was there versions that y'all started with? I'm curious about that too.
So with the 10-year post-production journey, we wanted to get some test screenings going. So we thought we couldn't afford. We had a very low budget on this film. It was only $60,000. So and $30,000 went to like acquire the gear. And so it's 30.
Wow.
for
with
like
all the cosplay
makeup.
even alone in this. Honestly, like that's
Yeah.
really impressive.
Thank
Thank you.
There's a lot of work. I made all the EVA foam armor, and I had a few EVA foam smiths helping me, but it was mainly mainly me doing that. But we had I'm so sorry. What was I in?
The name.
Oh, I'm
has-
sorry,
got-
the
you got
name.
me now.
I
No,
was
you're good.
totally focused on like EVA foam. So we were trying to get some like screenings together, and we couldn't afford to get an audience in to actually see the film. And I was like, well, maybe we can submit an unfinished version to film festivals and see what people think of it that way. So we submitted it as an unfinished film. They accepted it as an unfinished film, but as soon as it got nominated for and then won an award, IMDb said, your movie has been released. And that was 2018. We were still
Okay.
in post-production, like finishing VFX and re-editing it and doing the audio. So ZombieCon, the movie that won an award, is completely different from the now finished ZombieCon Volume 1, but we couldn't get IMDb. I traded like 200 emails with them trying to get them to change it. They would not agree to that. So when we
No.
finally got to the distribution stage, he was like, well, just retitle it. I was like, well, it is a multi-part series. I have the other scripts written. He's like, good, call it Volume 1. I said, okay, that sounds great. And the rest is history.
Awesome.
Says I want to go to ZombieCon. And Zach, what's up, y'all?
Hello.
How many different ones do you have already kind of written and semi-ready to go?
There are 4 more volumes that are already written. The scripts are completed. And then for the extended universe past that, I've got the entire thing beated out into like a 10-part series. But after the next like 4 or 5, it kind of turns into more of like we solve the big problem that we've created, and it almost resets in the verse, kind of very, very anime centric in the way that it, builds the story up, builds the mechanics of the world up. And then when we solve the big problem, without giving too much away, we reset with a brand new, bigger problem that happens because of the solution to the first problem.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
so you kind of fix it, but then you step on the nuclear button. Is that what happens?
Yes, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's it's like we're dealing with an ant infestation at the house here for the last few weeks, and setting the traps was supposed to kill them, but it's just invited more of them into the house. So it's kind of like that.
It gets worse
Ah.
before it gets better, theoretically.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Now
Hold on.
you.
Geek Craig says kind of reminds me of a 2013 graphic novel, Fanboys versus Zombie. And
Yeah.
says, will y'all be using the same characters or new characters each volume? Like, would it follow the same character story? And Zach says, me and Nikita and Adam definitely had fun the past weekend. Oh, at
NostalgiaCon. Nice.
Sure did.
So it does the second, third, fourth volumes. It follows the same group of characters. The second volume, we have a 10-year time gap because while all of our actors aged absolutely beautifully, 10 years has passed since we filmed, and it allows the world to also build up. So we kind of drop in as the zombie apocalypse has reshaped society, and our characters are now living in like a shanty city that's been rebuilt from the ashes of what it used to be. Recommissioned vehicles as housing, defenses set up to defend against zombie invasion. And with that, I wrote it with a little more creative freedom because I thought we might have a bigger budget. We get into volume 2, and so we get a nice big zombie attack with hundreds if not thousands of zombies besieging the town, and our main characters fighting them off, which then sets them off into a bigger adventure that kind of explores more of the mystery mechanic that creates the zombies in the first place.
So are these going to be coming out more frequently?
That's the hope.
That's the hope.
So we're going to be looking to get the second one into production in the next year and try to film it in the same way that Peter Jackson did Lord of the Rings, because we're reusing a lot of the same props, and because it's a continuation story with no time skip. It's kind of makes more sense to film the next 2 or 3 in succession. So it's just a matter of really finding the financing to get that done. but I think, this has had more success already than we could ever imagine. So
And
hopefully,
the story's all there ready to go. Oh,
Yeah.
These
Kind of
things are-
pipelining it through.
Yeah, exactly.
Super Hubby says, hi, gals and zombies.
Hello.
Oh,
I'm buying a copy. Marissa says,
Oh,
hi. Hey.
Thank you. Hope you love
yeah.
it.
Now, okay, so you actually play Claire in this movie, Erin. Like, you're one of the
Yeah.
4 best friend main characters in this.
Hey.
Oh, you got the T-shirt! Oh my gosh, I missed that.
Gotta
so
wear
quick.
the merch. Gotta wear the merch.
That's awesome. Yes.
Can
So,
you get the merch online? Because I didn't see anywhere on that website there for that merch.
That what now? Oh, well, that's gonna be coming.
yeah. I'm in the process of we've partnered with Single Serve Merch to like have a whole host of products, but I have to find time to actually integrate it into the website and finish the designs. But the designs are done. I just have to
Yes.
like choose the shirts and sweatshirts and all that stuff. But
Gotcha.
send us your sizes, and the 3 of you will get whatever you want from there. So
And check back in the next week or 2 if you're watching this, because we will have the merch up for sure.
Yay.
what is this? You keep.
Small.
This thing.
That's an S for small, because that's what sure
I-
says.
oh.
you got it.
Nice.
I thought you had a broken heart. Like, I don't know what was happening there.
Broken heart
I'm
is
broken. Mine's in full of support of that. I'm good.
the heart beating.
So,
There we go.
Broken heart is keek, keek.
Gotcha. Okay, so I do have a full review of the movie coming. We reviewed the trailer first, but I've got a full review. I watched it with Casey, my son. I got him from behind the camera to in front of the camera to watch with me and review it. And one of the things that we were talking about though is it's funny because as Claire, whenever I don't want to spoil too much or anything, so I'm gonna try not to like put a bunch of spoilers, but whenever the first zombie comes out, you reach for he's like, oh, it's an anime sword, which katana, but he's like, wait, she's just stabbing with it. He goes, isn't she supposed to slice with a katana? And I was like, well, maybe she learned how to use it from the anime. So I'm curious, did y'all have anybody do like any of the fight scenes with y'all, or did y'all just come up with the choreography and stuff and the plan? Did y'all plan that out yourselves, or did y'all have anybody help with any of that?
Oh, this was super low budget. So all of the stunt choreography was done just by ourselves. And there was like not even full dress rehearsals of any kind. Like we definitely walked through everything. So everyone had an idea of the plan. But then, of course, the cameras roll and you have the plan, but then you have what actually ends up happening. And it was very, very controlled chaos, I will say.
Yes. And the sword, the conclusion of the stabbing with the swords, that was all very well planned out because we had to cut swords in half in order to achieve the, impalement
Appearance.
look
Practical
and
effects.
all that stuff.
Yes.
But so that stuff was planned, but the actual fight choreography was me kind of blocking with the actors, like, okay, what can we get away with doing safely, but also make it look awesome?
Right. Actually, ironically, like one of my favorite scenes is later when you cut away before the actual fight scene, but it's just like the part that hits with Javi, where he's like, okay, come on, kind of moment, and it's just like it's such an awesome buildup right there, and then it cuts it, and I'm like, I kind of feel a little cheated, but like that was cool. That was such a good like cinematically, like that was perfection right there, just like the
Aw.
moment right there. I loved that.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Yeah. That whole underground and the red lighting and the cage, not to give anything away, but I thought that it just ended up, the visuals just looked gorgeous the way it turned out.
I
Yeah,
can
it was-
imagine with all the fake blood and stuff, though, you're talking about trying to be careful, but also organized chaos in a way.
Oh
I
my
can't even
gosh.
imagine how that works.
Oh yeah.
Well, the worst, it's something that you'd kind of notice in the film, but it's called effects dirt. So it's like clean dirt and it's meant to hang in the air. And I bought a bucket of this for that scene in particular. And I was using it, and basically, so when an actor steps in it, it'll pop up off the ground and give that nice cinematic look. And I was using it, and I was like, well, this is not enough. So I ended up pouring the whole bucket out
Whole thing.
in the place. And
Oh boy.
we got a little more dirt than we planned to get. And they actually made us, we stayed there an extra hour after time and had to spend all this money to like try to mop it up because they were like, otherwise you need to pay for a cleaning fee. all the actors, including the extras and the zombies in that scene, were all helping us mop up for like an hour afterwards. And then at the end of that, they're like, yeah, we're still gonna need to pay someone to clean all this. This is terrible.
It's so Los Angeles. Like, okay, thank you for attempting to clean it up, and we're still gonna charge you anyway.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Crazy sauce.
Now, luckily, a lot of the blood splatter, well, there's blood splatter throughout the movie, but most of the heavy blood splatter in the beginning of the movie took place in an apartment that we owned. So we got to deal with the mess afterward.
Oh God. And we just sold that apartment before we moved to Atlanta. And I'm in there with the painters because the real estate agent was like, oh, we've got to repaint this place to get it sold and XYZ. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. The painter comes in and there's a curtain that hasn't been moved for like 10 years. And like, since we filmed, and I like, yeah, so what can we do about these shutters? I like pull the curtain. There's a huge blood splatter. The painter's like, oh, I'm like, no, that's fake. That's not real. That was from the movie we
It's like they all say that, man. They all say that.
Nothing
Oh,
to
boy.
see here.
Move on, nothing happened. Okay. Adam said, good seeing you at NostalgiaCon, Yukita. And then his other question is, do y'all do your own makeup?
We had an SFX makeup artist who's incredible on this film called Joseph DeBresco. He was on Sci-Fi's Face Off show. He did amazingly on that show too. And he did almost all the makeup by himself. There was one scene, the finale, where he brought on a second hand. Kyle helped dress a couple of the dead body zombies, but he was soloing all of the like prosthetics that the zombies were wearing and the blood spraying and the gore, and very minimal VFX were done in this film just to help achieve the look of the zombies, like their eyes. But that was our makeup artist.
The actor who plays Rocket, who's like kind of the reluctant hero in the film, actually he's part of our production team, and he worked single-handedly to VFX and rotoscope out all of the eyeballs for all the zombies to add that kind of glow that we then layered in, color correction. Like, again, this is years of work to do all this stuff. And I kind of layered all these different layers together and then, had it integrate with the environment so it would react with the actual lighting on set. But that was the only like VFX stuff that was in the film.
I have a couple questions. Bree says, can you imagine someone discovering that in the apartment or through the cover paint? What did you
I have thought about that. Yeah, I've thought about that.
Say?
We haven't heard anything from the current owners, so I assume we're in the clear.
And
But-
they're painted like stark
between
white
blood
too.
and
So I'm like,
beautiful.
unless they put on enough coats, like you definitely could see a little bit under there.
Well, we also had one of the dead bodies that you see in the trailer that's getting drug out, and it looked very realistic. And we left it on the porch in Los Angeles. So you got a lot of police helicopters that are always flying over, and it was out there for like a month. And one day we were out walking the dogs, and I looked up and I saw the police helicopter, and I was like, so we have two fake bodies on our porch that look very realistic. We should probably bring those in.
I mean, doesn't everybody just forget about the dead fake bodies they have on their porch?
I mean, Trevor says Kilns is amazing paint prep stuff. How would I know? Super. Chat. You're not supposed to spill our secrets.
Get it? Kills.
Kills.
Kills. Aha.
Clever.
Fran. So anyway, but yeah, I would imagine that there was a lot of blood in that apartment. How in the world did you guys get it all up?
Oh man,
A lot of cleaning.
A lot
Went
of
through
cleaning.
like probably the Lysol wipes that like probably an entire box from like Amazon. Probably 50 packages of Lysol wipes, just scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing, because as that fake blood dries, it goes from being soft and malleable to hard as a rock.
Disgusting.
And it is like, I actually remember I was using I think it's like a paint chipper or some I don't
Paint
do a lot of
scraper.
home paint scraper. That's it. I was using a paint scraper on the wood floors to like get this paint, like trying not to scratch anything, but get all this stuff up. And it took a long time. because we left it for reshoots on the floor for like a month after that, just in case we need to reshoot anything.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we were living in the middle of ZombieCon in absolute chaos. Like the lines between reality and fiction were definitely getting blurred there.
So your apartment looked like my house in October. So
Exactly.
It kept your mind in the zone, though, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Right.
for
So
sure.
my question is this. Do you have any advice for somebody who maybe wants to get into being an actor into filming, or somebody who wants to get into being a producer? That's
Absolutely.
2 questions.
The advice I have is similar for both. You have just got to be able and ready and willing to just try and put yourself out there, start shooting things, start filming yourself, start writing your own things. It doesn't matter if it's absolutely terrible, just start and you'll learn as you go and you'll work and meet with more people. Even if, you guys don't know what you're doing at first, you'll start to figure it out. Obviously, it's great to get an agent if you want to act. It's great to be able to go on auditions, self-submit or them submit for you. And for producing or filmmaking, you want to be able to show your work as well. But you just don't be sitting there going, it's just not the right time. I just need to do some research. You need to just get out there and start making your own things and you'll learn as you go. It's the best teacher.
And yeah, since we made this film 10 years ago, like YouTube was still kind of in its infancy. Like there was obviously a big following, but it's not nearly as big as it is now, where it's like in a household thing on every TV. And you would be amazed. I mean, I taught myself how to do everything to make this film by just basically watching YouTube tutorials, a couple books here and there, but you can find almost anything you need to know on YouTube. So just search whenever you have a question, ask the internet and it will provide an answer, and usually a very in-depth tutorial by extremely talented people who have taken a lot of time to craft awesome resources for indie filmmakers, up and coming actors, producers. And I second what Erin said. It always feels scary putting yourself out there, especially creatively, but just take that jump. Just the sooner you do it, the sooner you'll get to where you're trying to go.
Super Herbie wants to know what cameras you guys use.
For this film, we used a C300 Mark II, recording out on 4K RAW to, I think, a Ninja Atmos. I can't remember the exact name. There's so many models and variations, but that gave us the ability to use the 4K RAW. And again, we used that camera back 10 years ago when it was brand new, but literally we're streaming on that camera right now. And we used it just earlier this year to film another indie horror film. And the sensor's incredible. You can find them for a really good price. They're accessible with the older EF lenses. So you've got a wide variety of well-priced used gear out there. If you and a couple of friends can chip in, it sounds like a lot of money, but just a couple $1,000 and you could basically have enough equipment to make a full feature film and really get your friends involved. That's where the real money comes in. Have them be the actors. You'll save a ton.
Yes.
speaking of actors, so with y'all's next movie coming up, are y'all doing a casting call of any sort?
You got 3 right here. If you're willing.
Oh, we would love to have you. Absolutely. You don't even
Consider
need
yourselves
to audition.
cast, all 3 of you.
I'm
We
the
got it.
casting director. You're in.
And
to
to throw out some something for one of our friends that popped in. He's actually been a guest on our podcast before. Adam popped in there, and he's an up and coming actor.
Hire him too.
Our hubbies would probably jump in there too.
Trey would not.
If you need a
He's
zombie
behind the
horde, we
camera
got.
man.
Yeah,
We may need a
He's a film
nunchuck wielding
major,
zombie.
So he'll be
Oh,
behind the camera doing excellent camera work and editing and everything. Being in front of the camera, he has to be scripted.
my hubby would probably love it.
My husband's got a black belt. If you need one that can do karate, so.
Fantastic.
Always.
Fantastic.
How do you? Any advice for those who wants to jump into the indie side of being a filmmaker? What advice would you give them?
Again, it depends where you want to come in at, but assuming that, said person is trying to do it all themselves, your phone is a great start before even trying to get a big camera. Like the phones nowadays, especially if you're like a newer iPhone or something, you can just use that, maybe get one of those gimbals so you can get some nice steady shots. And at the end of the day, recruit your friends, convince them that you're not crazy, and covering them in blood is a
I
fantastic
already know I
skincare
am.
routine.
Oh, and don't skimp on crafty. If you're gonna spend like an extra
Yes.
like $20 anywhere, make sure it's in the food that you have on set and some good coffee. Maybe at the end of the day, like something stronger. But whatever you do, just make sure that you provide people with some good yummies because it really helps with the patience
Yes,
and the
candy,
frustration, excitement.
sugar, anything to kind of fill those spaces between takes and setting shots, and lean on like the amazing people on YouTube and all the professionals that give their advice away for free or watching an ad. Like, you really cannot overstate that enough. You can find anything you need to know just by looking for it on YouTube, and commit yourself to just trying to learn a little bit each day. I started when Film Riot was like a big deal, and they had just kind of started to get a lot of traction and momentum. And if you're looking for really good DIY ways to do things with just house lights, that's a great place to start. Look at their videos from like 5 years ago. Look at their current stuff, but they've gotten a little bigger, so they're playing with bigger toys now. But if you look at their stuff 5-7 years ago, there's a lot of really, really good information out there. And just with stuff from Home Depot, you can light a beautiful scene, use some colored gels that'll give it a nice cinematic look. And on your iPhone with a couple friends, you can get a story up, submit it to YouTube, and start getting feedback. And from there, just keep growing and keep trying to your best to learn. And don't take any criticism as like a negative. All criticism is a positive, because you learn a lot more from failing
It's true.
than you do from anything else.
Oh,
Very
amazing.
true.
Adam says he's down for that.
Absolutely.
So you have at
Awesome.
least 4. I know my hubby would love to. That's 5. Mommy's probably would. So that's 6. So you got like 6.
I've got 2 older kids too, so they'll probably come with.
Help with the
I'll be
behind
right back. I am so sorry, ladies. I've got a baby that is screaming downstairs, apparently. So I'm
Oh,
coming
no
right back.
worries.
I'm coming right back.
Hey, go
No
for it.
worries.
Hubby says 100%. You can't see, but he sent 100%. So
Oh,
he's
no
down.
problem.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah, sorry
I
about
gotta
that.
say that. Oh no, no worries. Yeah, we totally get it. I've got 2 kids. I went through the baby stage, and y'all are in the precious moments stage though right now. So enjoy.
Bree
Thank
says she works with 3 C's: cookies, cake, and coffee.
Ooh.
I work for Dr.
Pepper and
Pepper.
Chick-fil-A
So
for us.
I'm good. Give me Dr. Pepper, and I'm good to go.
Dr.
Oh,
Pepper,
Erin,
Diet
you've
Cheese,
come
Coke,
back.
or whatever. I like.
I didn't know y'all could
cherry.
change it.
Yeah,
Wow,
just
she's
like
such
Chick-fil-A.
a good cosplayer. It's amazing. She's better cosplay than I thought she was.
Well,
Awesome.
Says, I'll be the nunchuck zombie.
Oh no, I gotta say though, real
Wow.
quick.
Yes.
So y'all's cast on this was awesome. I actually I looked up the ones that y'all have, a couple of bigger ones that were in your cast that were more well known from things. Can you give us just like real quick, because we're about to go off, like just a quick rundown of the 2 that y'all had that were like the bigger ones that were in there as well?
So Punky Johnson, who plays Punky in the film, that was my former roommate in Los Angeles. And we met in acting class, and we had filmed a ton of stuff before this film, and it just kind of worked out perfectly. And this was before she got on SNL and did all that, kind of blew up. But she's fantastic. And Carlo Mendez, he was a good friend of mine. We were, again, acting class. You just kind of meet people, and he's had a huge career, especially since then. I think he was just on Dexter, and he did a movie called Demise, which was great. So, but again, just finding friends and working with them, and it is helpful for being in Los Angeles for those type of relationships. And acting class never hurts.
Yeah. Well, actually, I've heard Georgia's a pretty good area for filming too nowadays, so that's kind of a growing area. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We actually have to wrap it up. I hate to end it without Erin back. But
I just know. Next week, we're going to have William Russell, who'll be coming back for his Moonlight series. Out. So same time, same sandbox, 7:00 Tuesday night. We're going to talk to William Russell live regarding that lovely little thing we talked about last time, the Moonlight series. So don't miss it. Get your wands to the ready. Mombi, take us out of here.
Thank y'all so much for joining us, guys. That's funny. We got zombies this week and werewolves next week.
Learn more about this particular movie. Head to, hold on, let me zip back up there. You get to head to ZombieCon That's ZombieConVol1.com for those who are listening. Check it out. It's cool.
All right. And remember to smash that thumbs up real quick before you go, guys. Make sure you're following CJ Peterson on TikTok and YouTube, as well as me, Mombierella, on YouTube. And of course, follow them geeks on YouTube and Yukito on Cosplay. But make sure that you also check out ZombieCon Volume 1 because they are on all the things, Facebook, Instagrams. Definitely check their stuff out and follow them and check out the movie. You're going to love it, guys. Now, this is a PG-13 movie. Let me give that quick disclaimer because I haven't actually given that yet. And oh my gosh, princess movie.
Needed mommy.
Yay,
She's
she made it before we
okay.
wrap it.
Baby's okay. Sorry, y'all.
No worries. We are about to wrap it up. I'm so glad you made it back real quick before we sign out. So get your wands ready, guys. And make sure to share this out. Tell your friends. This is the perfect spooky season movie. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So next time, y'all, wands up. Mischief managed.
Managed.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.